Girl, let me tell you about the time my best friend of 12 years tried to steal my entire wedding. And I don't mean she wore white to my reception. No. This girl tried to take my whole fiance. So, me and Danielle, we've been best friends since 6th grade. I'm talking matching bracelets, sleepovers every weekend, crying on each other's shoulders through every breakup type of best friends. When my mama got sick junior year, Danielle was the one sleeping on my couch every night, making sure I ate. That's how close we were. She was supposed to be my maid of honor. Now, my fiance, Marcus, he proposed in September. Beautiful ring, rooftop restaurant. I'm crying, he's crying, Danielle is crying, my whole family is there, everybody's happy. Or so I thought. The first few weeks after the engagement were perfect. Me and Danielle went dress shopping together. She helped me pick out invitations. She even started a Pinterest board called My Best Friend's Dream Wedding. Like, this girl was invested. Or at least that's what it looked like. 2 months before the wedding, things started getting weird. Danielle would text Marcus directly, not through me, through him. And when I asked her about it, she said, "Oh, I'm just helping him plan the surprise for your bachelorette party." I said, okay, cool, makes sense. Because why would I not trust my best friend of 12 years? The girl who held my hand through my mama's funeral, right? Wrong. One night, Marcus left his phone on the kitchen counter. He was in the shower, and it buzzed. I wasn't trying to snoop, I really wasn't, but the notification preview said, "I can't stop thinking about last Tuesday." From Danielle. My heart dropped. Like my whole chest went cold. My hands started shaking. I had to sit down on the kitchen floor because my legs literally gave out. Now, a lot of girls would have screamed, cried, thrown the phone at the wall, confronted him right there in the bathroom, dripping wet. But not me. Oh no. I picked myself up off that floor. I screenshot that message, put the phone right back exactly where it was, and I made a plan. Because I'm not the type to react. I'm the type to investigate. For the next 2 weeks, I acted completely normal. Smiling at breakfast, planning the wedding, picking out flowers with Danielle at the floors like nothing happened. Laughing at her jokes, hugging her goodbye. But every single night when Marcus fell asleep, I was collecting receipts. And honey, the receipts were long. Texts going back 3 months. Deleted photos she thought were gone, but guess what? The cloud don't forget, baby. A hotel charge on Marcus's credit card for a Tuesday afternoon at the Marriott downtown. A Tuesday. This man told me he was at a work conference. Sir, the Marriott is 15 minutes from our apartment. What conference? I even found a text where Danielle wrote, "She doesn't deserve you. You should be with someone who actually understands you." 12 years of friendship, and this girl is telling my fiance that I don't understand him? So here's what I did. And pay attention because this is where it gets good. The bachelorette party, I organized it myself. Told Danielle I wanted to do something special. Rented out a section of this nice restaurant downtown. I invited all our friends, 15 girls. Good food, drinks flowing, music playing. Danielle shows up looking cute, smiling in my face, hugging me, talking about, "I'm so happy for you, girl." Okay, sis. Everyone's having a good time, dessert comes out. And then, I stood up, tapped my glass. The whole table goes quiet. I said, "Before I become a wife, I want to thank the most important woman in my life, my best friend, Danielle, who has been so close to my fiance these past few months. She's practically marrying him herself." Dead. Silence. You could hear a pin drop. Danielle's smile just froze. And then I pulled out my phone, connected to the restaurant's Bluetooth speaker, and played a voicemail Marcus had left on her phone, calling her baby, saying he couldn't wait to see her after all this wedding stuff is over. His exact words, "After all this wedding stuff," like our marriage was an inconvenience. In front of 15 women. The gasps in that restaurant, I wish I had it on video. One of our friends literally knocked over her wine glass. Another one put her hand over her mouth and just stared at Danielle. Danielle stood up, mascara already running, grabbed her purse, and literally ran out of that restaurant in her heels. 2 of our friends followed her out and then came right back inside. One of them said, "Yeah, no, we don't do that." Sat right back down and ordered another drink. I canceled the wedding that night. Called the venue, called the caterer, called his mama. Yes, his mama, because she needed to know what kind of son she raised. And you know what the crazy part is? Marcus had the audacity, the absolute nerve to call me at 2 a.m. crying, saying Danielle meant nothing to him, saying it was a mistake, saying he loved me. Sir, you called her baby on a voicemail that I now have saved in 3 different places. A mistake is forgetting to buy milk. You had a whole relationship behind my back. That was 8 months ago, and let me tell you where everybody is now. Me? I'm doing amazing. New apartment with a balcony, got promoted at work, started going to the gym, lost 20 pounds of dead weight. And I don't just mean Marcus. Danielle? Oh, she and Marcus tried to date after everything came out. Lasted 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Because here's the thing about building a relationship on betrayal. There's no trust there. A man who cheats with you will cheat on you. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. And that's on karma, baby. So if your best friend is texting your man directly, if she's a little too interested in his schedule, if she knows things about him that you didn't tell her, that ain't party planning, sweetheart. Check those receipts. I'm Skylah, and I'll see you in the next one.
Let me tell you about the time my best friend tried to take my whole wedding like it was hers to defend. Not just a white dress, not some petty little shade. This girl circled my date on her calendar like it was hers I'd saved. 12 years, sleepovers and secrets, held my hand through every bad season. She knew his name before he even met me. Helped pick the ring, said she felt so happy. Then she starts dropping into my shower. Crazy how I always fall right after. Laugh in the room, but my stomach went cold. And when she said, maybe I'll use the same flowers. You try to take my wedding like it was some game to win. Smiling in all my photos while you're plotting from within. You rehearsed my vows in the mirror like my whole life was your script. Girl, you tried to take my wedding and you almost got away with it. Almost. Been paid and the dress was fitted. She shows up with a speech half written, practicing, calling out his first name like a deer, wrapped up in champagne. Pulled him close by the bar in the corner, said if it was us, we never need an order. I watched his face, saw him pull his hand back. That's the night I finally saw the red flag. You tried to take my wedding night like it was a part you played, turning every congratulations to it could have been me someday. You rehearsed my vows in the mirror like my whole life was your script. Girl, you tried to take my wedding and you almost got away with it. Hey, so I took your name off the seating chart, pulled your +1 from the list, changed the locks on every memory that you ever tried to twist. Walked that out with my head held high. You were nowhere in that room. Funny how when the bride sees clearly, there's more space for love to bloom. You tried to take my wedding, but I took my piece instead.